Hi, everyone. My name is Colleen Vanderwood, and I would like to share with you tonight a little bit about my soul story, about my health journey. I am a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and I am a full-time nurse. My journey with my health started several years ago with a lot of digestive issues, with severe fatigue, probably some depression in there, which I never would have admitted to, and just a lot of things going on that I couldn't explain and I couldn't solve. And so begins my health journey and my soul story. So back in, I want to say it was probably 2013, I was at my wit's end. I had severe gut issues. I was so incredibly bloated. I felt like I was 10 months pregnant. And now, having 5 kids, I know what that feels like. And I thought, oh, at my age, I can't have my belly expanding like this again. But I was bloated every day. And I wouldn't say that I had a lot of pain, but I had a lot of discomfort. I would have bouts of diarrhea and just feeling miserable, and was fatigued all the time. When the alarm would go off in the morning for me to get up, I couldn't even get out of bed. I would hit the snooze button probably 20 times. So I was setting it earlier and earlier and earlier every day. I was working sometimes midnight shift at the hospital, and so my sleep patterns were off. I wasn't sleeping well. Was incredibly fatigued. When I would have to sleep, I wouldn't be able to sleep. And therefore, I was just miserable. So gut issues on top of some depression, on top of fatigue, I needed help. I did. I went to my doctor because that's what everyone should do. You should go see your doctor to try and figure out what's going on. So I went to the doctor and I told her what my symptoms were and what I was feeling. And she kindly told me that it was probably I was eating the wrong things, and that because of my age, my metabolism was slowing down, and that was what was causing my weight gain or my bloating. But she sent me for an ultrasound, and everything came back okay. So I went another probably 3 to 6 months. Nothing was improving. So I went back to the doctor and I said, okay, something is definitely wrong with me. So she finally agreed to send me for a HIDA scan, which is a scan that tests your gallbladder to see what the ejection fraction or the functioning of your gallbladder is. My test results came back that my gallbladder was not functioning. So I was happy. I know, it doesn't sound like you should be happy when you find that news out, but I was happy because to me, this was an answer to my problems. This was going to solve my problem. They were going to schedule me to have my gallbladder removed. My gallbladder would come out and I would be fine, right? Wrong. Had my gallbladder removed. I was still bloated. I still felt uncomfortable. I had dumping syndrome on top of everything else. So I would eat something and immediately it was running through my system. So a lot of major things going on with my gut. On top of all of that, I started menopause. I had my right ovary removed, and my hot flashes were through the roof. They weren't just your basic, I need to fan myself, I need to take my sweater off, I'm having a hot flash, No, this was like fire and brimstone. Everything was coming out of my head and every part of my body to the point where I looked like I just stepped out of the shower with my clothes on. Now, I'm a nurse, and at this point I was working in a GI office, and I was infusing patients with biologics. And how do you think my patients felt when I would come walking into the room to start their IV? Let's monitor this infusion. Let's get you going here. And I looked like I stepped out of the shower with my clothes on. Or I looked like I was incredibly nervous or scared, or I can't start your IV. And it was none of those things. It was having a hot flash. So at this point, I was at my wit's end. I had my gallbladder removed. I'm still bloated. I'm still having digestive issues because I still have dumping syndrome, and I'm going to the bathroom all the time. None of my food is staying in my system, so I'm definitely not absorbing any of the nutrients from my food. I'm severely fatigued, and going on depression, and I'm having these outrageous fire and brimstone hot flashes. So I can remember one night sitting on the couch in my living room, and I was scrolling through Facebook, what I was looking for, I don't know, hoping to find the answer. And I'm glad I was, because I saw a friend of mine, Amy Klump, come on her Facebook, and she was doing a live. And I knew Amy's health history for the most part. She knew my health history. We knew we both had similar issues with digestion, and things were, we knew each other. We'd known each other for years. We'd been on different ventures together. We'd gone on vacation together. We camped at the same campground, boated on the same lake. And here she was telling me on this Facebook Live how these little adaptogenic herbs and plant-based products, 100% all natural, how they totally changed her life, how they helped her health, how they helped her with her issues. And I thought, you know what? I don't stand anything to lose. I need some help. I've tried all the prescription medications, the over-the-counter medications, all the things that the doctors told me to do. I tried them all, and none of them were helping me. So I gave Amy a call and I said, Amy, what do I have to do? I'm very interested in this. At this point, I stand nothing to lose by trying this. So what do I have to do? She said, take the health assessment. So she sent me the health assessment and I took it. I about freaked out when I got my results because it showed me 10 products. Now I knew I was messed up, but I'm like, I was looking at like maybe 1 or 2 things or maybe 3, but 10 products, I really need 10 products. And so she called me up and she said, don't worry about the 10 products. It's a guide. It's telling us what we need to look at. And she asked me more questions about my sleep patterns, my depression, if I was having emotional issues, if I was having eating issues, asked me a ton of different questions. And we came out with 3 products. So I started with my Cinnamate. Every morning, drank my Cinnamate. It completely helped me. Now I'm a sugar freak. I love my sugar. I can give up chips, I can give up fries, I can give up burgers and all that stuff, but I can't give up my sweets. I'm like, oh my word, I'm a sugar freak. So here I am. Okay, we're going to give up the sugar. I had no problem giving up the sugar. And not to mention that, I was a 64-ounce Diet Coke fountain pop drinker. I would stop by Speedway 3 times a day and fill up my 64-ounce cup. I drank 3 64-ounce Diet Cokes every day. I ate a Snickers bar every afternoon. This was what was helping me, or so I thought, get through my day. So I started with my Cinnamate. It curbed my cravings. I didn't need my Diet Coke anymore. I've totally given it up. It gave me energy to get my morning going, to get me going to work, to get me going throughout my day, and it kept my energy levels up. It totally curbed all of my cravings for sugar. I don't even crave sugar anymore. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that looks really good. But if I eat it, I feel like yuck. Why did I do that? I don't know, because I didn't need it. So Cinnamate, it's a cinnamony goodness drink. I drink it hot in the winter and the fall. I drink it cold in the spring and in the summertime, and I absolutely love it. I will add it to my chai tea if I want to add it to a tea and add some little fall fest taste to it. Cinnamon with chai tea and stuff is fabulous. So I started with the Cinnamate every morning, and I still drink my Cinnamate every morning. I also started with maca, which helps to balance out your hormones. My hormones were so messed up. My hot flashes were so bad. And, I know as a nurse that things happen in our bodies and we have issues, but we don't get them overnight. Is like gaining weight. We don't gain weight overnight. I mean, all of a sudden we look in the mirror and we go, oh, when did that happen? Okay, well, it didn't happen overnight. It happened over a period of time. Same with our health issues. They don't happen overnight. They happen over time. So I was fully aware that it was probably going to be some time before I was going to see any results from taking these products. And I was willing to give it time as long as I thought I could start feeling a little bit better. And I was fully prepared for that. So I took my first maca capsule, knowing that I was probably going to have to be on maca for 90 days to start seeing any results. And I kid you not, I took my first maca capsule and I have not had a hot flash since. It worked so well for me in balancing out my hormones almost immediately. And over time, more and more and more balance has come into my body, and I feel 100% all the time. I don't have any more hot flashes. I have no more hormonal issues. I have no more bloating. And I love the fact that maca helped me get to that point. So I could safely walk into a patient's room and start their IV without looking like I stepped out of the shower with my scrubs on. Win-win. The third thing that I started on was Vital, which is my green drink. My grandson, who is 4.5, he drinks Vital also. He calls it his superhero juice. And I drink that every afternoon. And it gives me all the trace minerals and vitamins that I need to have. Gives me that extra bit of energy I need to have, because I don't know about you, but when my kids were younger and stuff, and even working full-time with my kids being older, it gets to be about 2:30 in the afternoon and I'm ready for a nap. I can remember picking my kids up from school, and I would get home with them and I'd be like, oh, I got to make dinner. I got to help them with their homework. And all I wanted to do was take a nap. Vital helps me get through that afternoon downtime. Whereas opposed before, I would eat a Snickers bar thinking that was helping me. The only thing with that Snickers bar is it helped me for a little while, and then I would have that crash. You don't have that crash. You don't have the jitters. You don't have the crash with any of these products. They're adaptogenic herbs, so they're going to help your body adapt and balance. And so those were the 3 products I started with. Because I was having so many digestive issues, I added in Probio IQ, which is one of the best probiotics you can get out there. Now, I used to work in a GI office, and we prescribed or gave probiotics to a lot of our patients. I can honestly say that these probiotics are by far better than any I've ever seen out there. They're all natural. There's no preservatives, synthetics, sugars, anything added to them. And price comparable to other probiotics, they're top of the line. I've also added in Vertizymes, and I take my Vertizymes every day, because the Vertizymes, not only can they help me sleep at night and get that good rest that everybody needs to have, but they also help me absorb the nutrients from the food that I'm eating, since I had such a bad round of dumping syndrome and things running right through my body. It was helping to balance out my gut along with that Probio IQ and allowing my body to absorb the nutrients from the food that I was eating. So I can honestly say I have dropped so much inflammation. I would say that I dropped probably about 35 pounds in weight. And I want to say a majority of that was inflammation. My gut is balanced out. I no longer have bouts of dumping syndrome or diarrhea. My hormones are balanced out. I don't have any more hot flashes. And believe it or not, my kids told me straight up, whether I believed it or not, they said, you know what, we don't know what you're doing, Mom, but keep doing it. And I said, what are you talking about? They said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because we like nice Mom. And you've always been mean Mom. And we like the nice Mom that you are now. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because we see the changes. So this little venture that I was, had nothing to lose by trying, has given me my life back. It's given me back. It's made huge changes for me. And I know it can make huge changes for you if you just give it a try. So contact me, contact any specialist, find somebody out there that can help you get started on these little adaptogenic herbs and plant-based products. You will not be sorry. It was my last-ditch effort, and I will never go back. I love my little herbs, and now I have become an herb junkie according to my kids, but they help with everything. So talk to somebody. Get your body back on track. Start your health journey off on the right foot. Thanks. Talk to you later.